Hello friends. This is probably going to be one of the quickest videos I've ever made. Maybe, we'll see, because I like to talk a lot and sometimes articulate things a little bit too much. But one thing that just happened to me today that has been a consistent pattern I wanted to talk about, because I have noticed this is why a lot of people get frustrated in life in general, and then people who are intentionally trying to manifest get really frustrated with this. The idea of loss before something manifests. I've seen channels talk about, oh, it makes room for your manifestation, and it does, and that's a very big contributing factor to why it happens. But I wanted to talk about the other reasons this happens. So on top of the fact that it makes room for your new manifestation, especially if it occurs after you've been manifesting for a while, although with time, things will start to manifest faster and faster the more you master it, right? But if it's something you've been working on for a while and then you hit what you think is a roadblock or a loss, is actually probably your best thing and the moment where you want to celebrate the most, because it'll actually draw everything in faster. When you lose something that pertains to what you want to manifest, it's a really good sign that it's coming, not only because you're making room energy wise, but because of sense of identity. I think we don't talk about this other side to it, but it's the fact that the bigger your manifestation is, the more you're going to need to identify with something new. So on that scale, if you're manifesting definitely like a new career, or I would say a relationship, and it can be relationships with your family, your kid, a significant other, whatever it is. But if you're creating that in your life, there's going to need to be a bigger identity shift before you receive that thing. Because especially with something like a career change, if you finally want to go from working a job that you hate into something you're really passionate about, you can no longer identify as a person who lives that particular lifestyle. So when it comes to jobs, I think that this phenomenon we see where people get fired or there's a big loss like that before something like a job or a job opportunity manifests. I've seen this happen over and over. Every time I've had any kind of regular job struggle or gotten fired from something, I have either always been offered a better job, or like one of my paintings sells right after an issue that I've had where like my schedule gets limited or something, or when I started working harder at piano, I got less classes in a particular month and I was able to practice more. And in that same month, I wasn't offering anything or putting out ads or anything like that. I was just practicing more. And within 2 weeks, somebody offered me a quick little piano gig to teach them. So little things like that. It can be small or it can be big. But the idea behind it is that you identify with your new career, and that comes with a shift in your mentality about who you are as a person. So it's not only to energetically make room, because as a finite being, you have a finite amount of energy to work with, which is why you always want to purify it, which is the reason behind morals, is it makes you a stronger creator. The cleaner your energy is, the stronger you can create. And the stronger you can create love-based things. So that's a really big reason behind why morality is pushed from a divine level. But aside from that, the cleanliness of your energy is important, and the amount of energy you have is important, and then where it's focused is your other greatest importance, which is where identity comes in. When you envision yourself in this job, you're living a whole new life. You're a whole new person. So say that like Aaron Doughty was a shoe salesman, right? But say you maybe are a fast food worker, whatever it is. Your current identity is, I am a fast food worker. It's not, oh, there's this thing that I do on the side. It's, I am a fast food worker. You're identifying with being that type of person. And then you say something like, for me, I say, I want to be an artist. You change from I want to be an artist to I am an artist. So somebody who is an artist, who embodies that fully, doesn't go work other jobs because their full-time job is an artist. I mean, they can, right? But you're not going to go get another full-time job if you want your full-time job to be artistry of whatever kind that is for you, right? So you have to change who you are. This is why they say this when you manifest, because it is not about, it's not necessarily, oh, make room, because if you're a good multitasker, you can do a bunch of things at one time. But it's the fact that if you aren't making that room, you have split identities going on. You're saying, oh, I'm a shoe salesman and I'm an artist. It's like, okay, well, there's some friction and some resistance going on there. So those things can never fully manifest because they're two opposing ideas, right? You have this job that you're working and a person that you don't actually want to be, but you're saying, I am this person. So there's negative resistance with that. And then you have your new identity of, I am an artist, and they're battling. It's, I talked about this in the consistency video that I made about a week ago. So it's this idea of two different realities that oppose each other, that don't have the same energy, and they're fighting for dominance. So a lot of the time it takes getting rid of the identity for that one, for this one to grow into something fully actualized. And that's why it won't manifest, because those two energies are essentially trying to kill each other off. So sometimes God will do you a favor and kill off that negative energy for you, especially if you're like, God, I need help. I can't do this by myself, whatever. He'll take it out for you when you don't have the strength to do it yourself. So it makes room for that seed of the manifestation you have to grow.